apologies for my incorrect recital of the of that Francois Truffaut film title, because you see, it's actually called Thérèse le pianiste. Le pianiste, as it happens. It's a male piano player. My grandmother would be ashamed, for she is French. This time I have the Noel Coward collection, Decline and Fall, with Jack Whitehall, I think, and fucking Eva Longoria, and David Suchet, Poirot, and Orson Welles is the lady from Shanghai. Okay, wonderful. So, chapter 43, here we go. This one looks pretty short, in fairness. Okay, chapter 43. Oh yeah, by the way, something I only just noticed. At the end of the last chapter, I just realized this. It says, I have the hope to reach 100 reviews before the 100th chapter, after all. So, AuraChannelerChris, he wanted this to be some sort of overblown epic. This isn't just like a thing. It being 4 million words long isn't something that just sort of happened. There was genuine intention behind at least, half of. He wanted it to be 100 chapters long. That's, that much was, whatever. Okay, author's note. Oh, sorry. This chapter turned out to be shorter than the last ones. I can't believe this, but I know there is some way to make up for this mistake. I know. What? It's alright. I mean, just saves me a bit of trouble, I guess. Read, enjoy, and review, please. He switched back, son of a bitch. Alright. So this chapter is alternately titled, in the drop-down box, it's Infiltration of Roy's Home. And in the text, it's Roy and Elliewood. Attack, music, fuck you, Kylan Kingdom, outside Kylan Castle. A war soon unleashed upon the castle of Kylan. Lynn's legion was outnumbered by the soldiers currently in command of the castle, but nevertheless, Elliewood knew that his soldiers were stronger. They're launching a frontal assault, a guard said. We must defend this castle for Lord Bernard. Lord fucking Bernard. That's a stupid name. Alright, Lord Bernard, or we get our heads above lances, another guard said. Then an archer approached to them. What is it? Send more guards to the prison. The commander says that they're going to rescue the prisoners inside. Roger, send more guards now. Affirmative. The guard ordered more guards to protect the prison from Lynn's group as they were approaching every minute. Remember, someone has to rescue Lucius from the Procyon. The Procyon! You gotta rescue from the Procyon! Who wants to do this? Elliewood asked while he was running. Fuck! Alright, hold on. Elliewood asked what... Elliewood asked while he was running. Leave that to me, Elliewood. I need to rescue my brother from them. A young girl with red hair said. She was wearing a feather on her left ear, a little white cape, green vest, a white skirt, light brown boots, and a rod with feathers surrounding a purple crystal ball on the top. Do you have to go into such exhaustive detail with every single irrelevant fucking character? Okay. Fine, but you need more help if you want to return without problems. Who wants to follow Priscilla? Elliewood asked, also revealing the name of the girl. I want to go if you don't have any objections, Chris said. Count me in, Marth said. I'm ready to go too. Guys, Kermit the Frog here. I don't know. I sound like scarce. Guy said. Me, please me, Rebecca said, excited. Elliewood nodded. All right, now make a path for Priscilla's group. he commanded, and soon the opposite army came clashing with Lin's army, and the battle finally began. Lin ordered to make the path with the help of Sane, now recovered from his fatal wounds, and Kent with their just says now recovered, it doesn't say the bit about the fatal wounds, I just want to mention that. And Kent with their horses, as they started their plan. This is madness. I can't believe I'm doing this, Chris said, surprised, running through the army alongside Priscilla, Rebecca, Marth, and Guy. If you were expecting a Sparta reference, forget it. You just were saved in this story. Oh, I see, because the madness, yeah, okay. The madness, that's a Sparta. Thank you, AuraChannelerChris, actually. I think if you had made a reference to 300 at that point, I probably would have stopped recording, and I can't promise that I would have ever returned to it. I think, the world can do with less reverence of Zack Snyder. Arrows, fire, yells of pain. Everything that was always included in a war was now happening in the field in front of the castle. Chris thought this was the life that Roy and Marth were always doing. Bro, AuraChannelerChris, so fucking intense, dude. Hacksaw Ridge has nothing on this one. Anyway, look out! Guy yelled, spotting an arrow coming towards Chris's heart. He couldn't do anything, but the arrow reached his body. But... nothing happened? Chris asked, confused. He looked at his chest, and he forgot completely about the armor protecting his heart. He sighed in relief, and they continued further. that reminds me of that great joke in Blackadder. It's probably the best moment in any of the Blackadder seasons. It's right at the end of season 3, where spoilers for Blackadder the Third, where Hugh Laurie gets shot by the cannon. Well, first Blackadder gets shot, and but then he reveals that he's kept a little book in his pocket or whatever. So he's a piece of parchment or something. So he survives. He's fine. And then Hugh Laurie gets shot, and then in like a post-credit sequence, he wakes up and he's like, by a stroke of luck, I also had a scroll of parchment in my pocket to protect me from the cannonball. Oh no, wait, I forgot it. Never mind, and he falls back down dead again. It's perfect. I'm not doing it justice. It's one of the funniest moments in any comedy show ever, really. It's just absolutely note perfect. Anyway, yeah. He sighed in relief and they continued further. Back with Lin. She was getting surrounded by many soldiers ready to launch an attack with their swords. But suddenly... Eliwood... Sorry, Mitz. Eliwood sliced 1/4 of the group and he ran towards Lin. Eliwood, Lin said, surprised. Are you alright? He asked, looking at the soldiers. I'm fine, thanks to you, but how are we going to defeat them? Serra was healing the army. Then she noticed Lin and Eliwood in a bad time. But then Hector was running to Lin and Eliwood, and she gasped and thought about something quick. Oops! Hector fell on the grass because Serra accidentally put her foot in Hector's way. Serra... I'm sorry, I didn't see you, she said, rubbing her head. Eliwood and Lin were now fighting without Hector. Hector stood up. Be more careful the next time, okay? Yeah, sure, she said, but gasped after Hector was resuming his rescue. Wait up! Hector looked at Serra. What is it now? Look, an axe seller. Look, an axe seller. An axe seller, alright, in the middle of the fucking battlefield. Where? Hector looked around for the imaginary axe seller, and Serra took the opportunity to hit Hector's head with her rod, and he fell unconscious on the grass with a dumb face. He's gonna get fucking trampled. Good going, Serra. There's no fucking Red Cross in medieval-y times. He's fucked. You killed him. That's the end of him. You monster. Alright, whatever. Then Lowen came from the army riding a horse, and he looked at Hector. Was Lowen included in the story? Who the fuck is Lowen also? I don't know any of these I've never played a Fire Emblem game. I don't know any of these characters. Hold on. Okay, so, they introduced a bunch of characters at the start of the previous chapter. Give me a moment. Yeah, okay, Lowen. Okay, I know. Yeah, Lowen's been introduced. Okay, I remember the voice I did for him. Okay. Then Lowen came from the army, maybe it's Lowen, I don't know. Came from the army riding a horse, and he looked at Hector. Serra, what happened to Hector? Serra was now healing Hector. Okay, fair enough. The poor knight was attacked on the head, and I decided to heal him, she said with a smile. It was friendly fire, it's all good. Oh, good luck with that, he said, leaving with his horse. A smirk appeared on Serra's face. That was easier than I thought it would be, she thought evilly. Mwaha, I mean, still pretty misguided, to be honest. There are better things to do with the people who are, with people who are on your side. Don't you agree, Puss Puss? Don't you think that her actions were highly unethical and should be prosecuted in a court of law? I certainly do.